Good morning, teachers. Today I am going to show you how to create a Google form for examination. For this you need to use the Google Chrome browser, like I am using it here. This is a Google Chrome browser. Open this google.com or google.co.in, and from there you can search for this Google form. You can type here Google form and press enter. The next page you will see this link is coming on top. The first option, Google Forms free online service for personal use. You can go for this create option also. The next page you will see create beautiful forms for personal or business. We'll be doing it for our personal mail ID. We'll be doing from personal mail ID, so we'll go for this personal section and go to Google form. The next thing what you have to do, will take a blank form if we are creating a new one. If we want to modify, I'll show you that later. So first thing what I am doing, I'm taking a blank form. Just name the form like class 3 English language, like this. The next thing you will see, the same name will come here, but we'll change this to Julian Day School Howrah. We'll give form description as first assessment or half yearly, whatever question papers you are making. We'll name it like that. The right hand side we can give the total marks. Suppose 50, 100, 20, that depends upon you. The next thing what we have to do, before typing any question, we'll go to the settings option here. We'll have to make this as a quiz. We'll go to this quiz page and make this as quiz. If you are not making a quiz, you cannot set individual marks for individual questions. So first thing you can see also here, assign point value to questions. That means you are assigning marks to every question, and allow auto marking, so that can be auto marked also. So we'll make this as a quiz. Now releasing marks, how you prefer? You want to prefer immediately after submission? Yes, immediately students can see the marks after submission, or you want to review it manually and release the score. So we'll go for this option for subjective part, and we'll go for this option if we are setting questions only MCQs. There is no subjective question, but if there are at least or any one subjective question, we'll have to go for this later after manual review, since you have to check that subjective part. Now what respondents can see, the students, what they have missed after submission, what is the correct answer, and what marks they have got, or what is the total marks given for that particular question. The next thing you can see here, later after manual review, if you are choosing, turn on email collection. So this option will get under general tab. So since we have selected this one, you can see this option is already checked. This setting is required to release marks manually. We are not giving response receipts. For this you need to make limit to one response, otherwise one student can give multiple responses if they are finishing fast. Suppose for a multiple choice question you are doing, MCQs you are doing, or in first assessment, we are giving time for half an hour or 40 minutes, whatever decided. Now the student finished giving the answers within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If we are not limiting to one response, they can try multiple times. So we'll limit it to one response. And for this, they have to sign in to their Google account. So I cannot type anything like xyz@gmail.com and just give the exam from there. That xyz has to be a valid email ID. I cannot try with your email ID since I don't know your password. So that has to be my email ID. Next thing, respondents can edit after submit. Will not check this option, will not give this option. So once the paper is submitted, means submitted. We cannot make any changes after that. See summary chart see summary charts and text responses that you can give, so they can see the progress also. Okay, no, this will be for the summary charts and text responses, what responses they have given. Now the next thing will be presentation. This is so progress bar. So if there are different pages, if there are multiple pages, obviously there will be. So I can see how many pages are there in total and how in which page currently I am. Shuffle question order you can do if you want. And since we have given it to limit to one response, this option is inactive. And if you have not given this one, as I said, they will get another chance to give response. So that time this will be available on the screen, submit another response. So once this setting is done, so I'm showing you again what all you have to do. In general section, collect email address and limit to one response. You can check this one, or even if you don't check, doesn't matter. In presentation, we'll show the progress bar. Under quiz, this is the first thing you have to do, make this as a quiz. As I said earlier, if you want automatic corrections, so immediately after each submission you can select this release marks. If subjective, will go for this later after manual review. And respondents can see these three options. So now save the form. Now you can see this option has come automatically. They need to give a valid email address, first thing. Now the second thing, what we want, they need to type their name, otherwise we will not know who is giving the answer. So student's name, and this will be a typing box, so short answer. Will not give any marks obviously for this, so we'll leave this as it is, but this section has to be a mandatory field, so they cannot skip this page and just submit the answer. This has to be a mandatory field. To add new question, we'll go to this plus option, add questions. Next thing what we want, the class. Again, if you want, you can give a drop down, you can create a class list or let them type the answer in which class they are studying. This also has to be a mandatory field. Third thing, in which section they are in. This also short answer, you can create a drop down, you can give a multiple choice thing, from there they will select, but I suggest give short answer option, so it will be a less work for you also. And required, and the best thing is, see, I'll show you before going to a new thing. The next thing what we can do, we can simply copy the pattern of the question what we have set just now. So this pattern what we have set is name, and they have to type something here, and then it will be a mandatory field, so they cannot skip this option. So we'll just duplicate this thing, we'll change it to class, so we don't have to type everything, or we don't have to set the pattern once again. Same thing we'll do once again here for this section. So you can see this is a required field, sort type, and if it is a required field it will be like this, mandatory asterisk marks will be there. Now just go for a preview of this page what you have made. See, it's look like this. It is when showing you this field is required, so all this marked with the asterisk field is required. Since we don't have any further page, any more pages here, it's showing me page 1 of 1 and giving me the submit option. But by chance if you are going to submit this page without filling this, it will show you like this. This is a required question. So without answering this, they cannot go to the next page. Now the next thing, this will be our first page. We'll create a new page where we'll put the questions. So to make a new page, we'll go to this last option, sections. So now this section 2 of 2, here we can give a question. We can give our question what we want. Suppose this question is, no, this is a section heading, so what we can do, choose the correct answer from given options. Marks will be maybe, if you are giving 10 questions, I'll just show you with 2 questions here, 2 into 1 equals to 2. After this we'll add question from here. Now since I have given this from the given answer, by default this comes. So we can give a question, we can type a question. I have the questions ready here, so I am just giving you the questions like this. Multiple choice question it will be, and if multiple choice then we have to give different options, so we can type the options here. This typing is very simple, you can do from your phone or computer or whatever you are using. I have this ready, so I am just doing copy paste, so you can do a copy paste also like this. And it doesn't matter in which format you are getting this question. So right now I am doing it from Excel, you can do it from Word also. And now after we give 4 options, what we have to do, we can see a correct answer. We have to give a correct answer for this question. What will be the correct answer? So here this correct answer is this option 2. So now what we'll have to do, we'll go to this answer key, we'll select this option 2 over here, and we have given 1 marks for this question, so we'll go for this 1 point here and done. So we are ready with this question, and you can see what option you have selected as correct. So if you feel something wrong, then again you can go back here and you can select a different option. These questions will not mandatory field, because suppose I don't know the answer of the question. If it is a mandatory field, I will not be able to go to the next page until I answer this. So we will not keep this as mandatory. If they want, they can leave the questions blank. Again, adding one more question here. Adding questions is simply easy. Just go and click this plus symbol and we'll get this add questions. This new thing will come. Next option is, again same thing we'll do. We'll just copy from one and paste it here. Second option, third option, and fourth option. Since I am not the subject expert, I am doing copy paste. I have to look for the correct answer which one teacher has given, and if you are setting the question paper, obviously you will know the correct answer. So here the correct answer is option 1. So here you will go for this correct option 1, and this marks will be 1 marks. So done. Now let's see how it looks like. Again we are going to preview. This is the first page. Now you can see this is the progress bar. We have 2 pages now, and we are in page 1, and these fields are mandatory fields, so I have to give something like this. Sorry, these questions were for 10, so I'll just go for this class 10. Now I gave my answer and I can submit it. You can just submit it like this. Your response has been recorded. See previous responses, what response you have given. So students can see this if you want. If you don't want, you can leave it also blank. Now as a teacher you need to release the score, since we have done it manually, otherwise it would have come automatically there. What we need to do, we don't have any points for here. So you can see the points we have given here and the points what they have got. So there cannot be anything. Here it is showing this option is wrong. The student has answered wrong question. Sorry, wrong answer. And this is the correct answer. So they have not got any marks. If the student has answered correct, then this is the correct answer. And it's in green. This is in red. Means wrong answer. Simply what you have to do is release score, and student will get one mail with his score. Okay, this is the total marks of the question paper. Since we have given only 2 questions, so 2 marks, and the student has scored 1 marks. So you can release score for all, send email and release. Okay, the next thing what we'll do, we'll create more questions. So I have already showed you how you can make a short answer text type of questions here. So where students will have to write. How you can give multiple choice questions here. Now this multiple choice, again you can change it to check boxes. So just it will be like this box, a different type. So the difference between these 2 types is if there are multiple answers correct, maybe more than 1 correct answers. If there is only 1 correct answer, we'll give it like this buttons. So these are called radio buttons, where we can select only 1 option here. But if it is not a radio button, if there are multiple correct answers, so we have to give a button like this where we can select multiple responses. So there you also need to give multiple correct answer. Next thing, you can make it a drop down list also. So all these options will be there, but in a drop down format. Before that, I'll just remove this, remove something, this collect email address. I'm changing it as of now, so I don't have to type every time when I want to show you. I'm just removing these options. So it will come like, if you forget to make it as a mandatory field, then what will happen, they can skip this page and they can go to next page and just answer this. Now see, if it is a drop down arrow, it will be like this. If it is a radio button, they will have to select like this. Drop down arrow, they will have to select from this list. Now there is one more option I showed you, what will be check boxes. So check boxes, if we make it, then if we go for preview, it will look like this. So I can select multiple answers, but here if you see, I can select only one. I cannot select multiple answers. So if there are first and second options may be right, so I will not be able to select that option if we are giving a different button. But if we are giving a button like this, check boxes, so we can select multiple options and then submit it. So these are the different options we have in Google Form, and you can select as per your requirement. So this is for the general question answers we can do. Now again, I am creating a new section here, untitled section. So maybe there will be some subjective questions like this we have to give in this section. So this section I am writing as mathematics, and now adding questions here. So in this section, I cannot just copy and paste it like I showed you the earlier one. Since there are equations, we cannot just simply do it like this. So it will come like this, and it will not be the exact format what you want. Now for this, what we'll do, we have one more option here called Snipping Tool. It's available in all the computers or laptop. And math questions, obviously if you are doing for math questions, you are typing like this, you will have to use a computer. You cannot simply do it from the mobile. So in Snipping Tool, what we'll do, so this is the Snipping Tool options. We'll go for a new snip. What we'll do is, we'll select the part what we need. It is copied, and just save it wherever you want. I am saving it in desktop. I am giving the name as capture and JPEG file, save it. Now the next thing what we have to do to import that question, we'll go for this insert image option here. This, if you are not typing, suppose you have written simplify, and then you want the question to come or the image to come. So we'll just go for this capture option, insert image option. This is a insert image option, so we'll go for this insert image option. So insert image upload, we'll do browse the file where you have saved it. I have saved it in desktop, so we'll go for this capture.jpg. We can simply type the name, or we have to go and select the file like this, open. So the file will be uploaded, and we can easily see this here. Now this can be a multiple choice questions as it is given here. So we can give the correct answer again the same way we did. So we'll go for the new snipping tool, and we'll go for a new snipping tool. What we'll do, we'll just copy this option like this. This is done. Just replace the file, doesn't matter, you don't have to create many files together. So what we'll do, again the same way, we'll go there, browse, select the same file since we have replaced. So just type the name capture.jpg, open. This option will be inserted there. So wherever you want to insert these options, see the option has come. Now add option once again. So once again I have to capture this option from here. We'll go for this new snipping tool, select the second option, save it, replace the same file as I said earlier, doesn't matter. Again come to Google Form. This thing, what if you are inserting these images, this you have to do one by one, but still I would say rather than typing it in Google Form or doing screen capture and crop the image from there, this is much more easier. Again we can give answer key as I said earlier. Now suppose you want no, they will not give these options. So what they will do, they will simplify this and they will do it on a paper, and they are going to upload it as a file. So I am just removing these options now. Now the next thing what we can do, we can go for this file upload option. Now if you are doing file upload, students will be able to upload the files to Drive, and files will be uploaded to the owner's Google Drive, means the person or the teacher who is setting up the question. So the option or the file will be uploaded to that person's Google Drive. Continue. How many files you want to upload for this particular thing? If you want any specific, you want image or PDF or maybe a document file, but not any PPT, any Excel, not any video, not any audio. So we can restrict it from this. If we are selecting allow only specific file type, if you don't want to select specific file type, they will be able to upload all this type. How many files you want them to upload for this particular question? You can select the number of file up to 10. Next, what will be the maximum size of the file? From 1 MB to 10 GB it can be. So 1 MB maybe if I have got a high-end phone, so that image resolution will not come within 1 MB. Obviously it will be a 10 MB file. So the maximum resolution, maximum file size what I'd suggest will be a 10 MB. And then like this we can continue. Now if there are multiple files like this, or maybe multiple questions, we will be giving multiple questions like this. So uploading a separate file for separate question will be difficult for students also, as well as for teachers also. It will be difficult to check. So for this what I thought, will give a simple option like this: upload image file of your answer in last page. So what we'll do, we are not giving any option to upload image here. We'll make the last page to upload whatever they want to do. So maybe there are 10 questions, 20 questions, so all they will be solving on their paper, on their copy. They will take a snap of it and then they will upload, but on the last page, not with individual thing. If you are doing it with individual thing, you can see if I go to my Google Drive now, since I have made one here, one folder will be created in my Google Drive, and as many as options we are giving. See, class 3 English language file responses. So against this form, what I am making is named as class 3 English language. So against these file responses, whatever file responses I'll get inside this folder. Simplify the question, and against this question the responses. So again, if we are giving another one, if I am giving another question, suppose this is the question. So how we'll do, I'll go for a new snipping tool. I'll take this, I'll save it. The same file I'll just replace as I showed you earlier. So there, insert image, upload, browse, then capture.jpg I'll select and open. This question will be inserted. Now if I am making it again file upload, so that processing is to create the file in my drive, create the folder in my drive, and we can see one more file responses have come, one more folder have come here. So if we are giving different options like this, so we'll have to look for these different folders, who has responded there, who has not responded there. So that is a difficult thing for the teachers. So to avoid this, what I would suggest, we'll make one particular section only for file uploading, and that will be a mandatory section. So suppose they have answered all the questions and without file upload they have submitted the page, so that is again will be a disadvantage or fault from not fault, that will be a disadvantage for the students, since they will not be able to submit it once again. So what I felt, whatever responses will come inside this, there will be one folder only, and all the responses will come inside that folder for file uploading. If it is a multiple choice, we have already seen how it is going, but for these things we have to do it with instead of individual file uploading, we will do it as one file upload for all the questions. So this is how you can make it. You can make the question papers, and again a preview if you want to see. This is the first page. Now we have 3 pages. This is the second page for English. This is the third page for maths. Now the file uploading option will come like this. Upload image file of your answer in last page. If we are giving like this, students will simply check this and go to the last page. In last page there will be one option like this, add file, as I am showing you with the question. So but that will be a different page where you can, instead of this question, you can just type upload files for your questions. So there we'll go for this upload add file option. Select files from your device, whatever file you want to upload. So we'll go for this, maybe new folder, maybe this I want to do, or this I want to upload. So open, add more files if you want, open. See, now here we cannot do this. Why? Because we have given the option as we can upload only one file. If you see here, maximum number of files we have given 1. So if they have multiple pages, so we can give up to 10 pages, up to 10 images they can upload. So now if we go, we can upload more. So I want to upload all this. Open. Okay, so we need to refresh the page, take the effect. So this will be for the objective part, this. And now since we have changed, we have to refresh the page. We can go for this, we can upload all the images like this. Open. So all the images are done, and uploading 1 of 7 like this. All the images will be uploaded in owner's Google Drive and submit. So I got these 7 pages from this student, and this will come once we get the full thing. Yeah, your response has been recorded. So I can go to this, I can go to this drive folder, and I can see who has submitted. I can see who has submitted all this. So with my name you have got 7 pages. You just take those pages, or you can select one by one. You can check whether it is correct or wrong, and then you can release the score. View scores in. So if it is immediately after submission, the student will see like this. You can see the question over here, whatever they have answered, if it is correct or wrong, what is the correct answer, why they have not marked correct there, why they have not got the point. And since we have not given any option for or any answer for these things, or sorry, any marks for this, so they will not be able to see this one. So this will happen if you are selecting immediately after each submission. So we will not do that one. Better for subjective thing, we'll go for this later after manual review and save this. Then they will not get that view score option what they have got. This option will not be there if it is manual score. If it is automatic score, they will be able to see the marks like this. So whatever they have given correct answer, whatever they have given wrong answer, if teacher missed anything, now we have not given any score for this, so they will not see any score. Otherwise this would have been there. So we have not set any score for this question, so it is not showing 0 of 0 point. Otherwise it will be showing like 0 of 5 points, or 0 of 10 points, or 0 of 2 points, like this it will come. So in this section it has come section wise also. You can see how they are performing. Okay, so this is how you need to make the question papers, how you will correct the question paper, the correction part of the answers. So obviously you have to do for the subjective thing. but autocorrect option I showed you. How will you give the question marks for this? We will not give any correct answer, but we can give the marks like this for the subjective part. For this also you can give marks like this. Just give the marks and done, then it is done. Again I am deleting this, so I am able to show you something more. Now the next thing, the timing of the examination. This is how we will make the question papers with different options. Now how will you put the timing for the students? Now if I am giving it like this, anytime they can open and they can submit their response. So one student has submitted to the question paper questions and give it to other students if different timing is there. But if all are getting at the same time, all have to attempt at the same time. Now how will you set the time there? To set the timing, will be using some add-ons. This is why I am telling you to use the Chrome version, Google Chrome version. Since this is a Google form, will take help of the Google add-ons also. In Mozilla you might not get the full function of this add-on, so better if you use Google Chrome. There are two things we'll be using, this control accepting responses and form limiter. How to get these add-ons? Now go to this option, these three dots over here, go to this add-ons. Now we'll see the Google Market, like Play Store we get for the Android mobiles. In Chrome also we have one market over here where we can get all the add-ons available, and these add-ons are free, we don't have to pay for it. So this is G Suite Marketplace. Search apps, which app you want. Two apps will be using. One, this form limiter, it is showing you already installed because I have installed already, so we can go for searching like this, form limiter. So this is the one, search for it, you will get this option, go for it. Since I have already installed, I am getting the uninstall option, and you will get install option here. Once you have installed this, you will get this in add-on in this area. This is the place for installed add-on. So we'll get this add-on over here. We'll use one more add-on. I'll show you both the add-ons how to use. We'll use one more add-on, that will be control accepting responses. So here, this is the add-on, control accepting responses. This also I have installed. So here you can set the start and stop time. The previous one what I showed you is only stop time. Now what is start and stop time? If you go for the response, you have seen that in the response section we can see all the responses what I am getting or what the student is responding. Now this form is accepting responses, so every time I go for this preview, I can see this form is accepting responses and I can type in this form. Now I want this accepting response will start within a specific time period. This form will accept the response within a specific time period. Suppose we have exam from 9 to 11, so this form will start at 9 and stop at 11 automatically. Now what we can see here, the form is accepting responses. The next thing what we'll do, we'll go to this add-on, control accepting response, settings and info. Now we'll set the timing for the form. So we'll do this from 12:40 and up to it has to be more than 1 hour, so I am taking 141 and save and implement. So it will, this form will start at 12:40. Now before coming to this, you saw this form is accepting responses, so we'll remove this, delete current message and build a custom message. So this is the custom message what form will show to the students. Save it, back, close. Now go, see, this form is not accepting responses, and if you go for the preview, you will see it like this. It's already 12:40. So the form will start taking response soon. See, it's taking responses. As soon as it is 12:40, automatically this changed to accepting responses, and now you just refresh the page, you will see it is open now. You will see this is already open now. This form is open for giving the answers. Now I am going to show you the second add-on, how to use. The second add-on, what I said, I will be using this form limiter. So this form limiter, once you click, will see this set limit. So set limit will be using only for stopping the responses. So what we can do, we'll select date and time. Limit type will be date and time, when you want to stop the response. Today 12 p.m. 55. Since it is already 50 now, we'll go for this 55 p.m. and set. So we set the timing. This message will come automatically there, so you can select this, or if you want to change something else, you can type it here. You will get an email once this form is stopping the responses. Now this form is accepting responses now. So what we'll do, after doing this, now once we click on this response page, we can see this form is accepting responses now. This message you can type, as I said, and just save and enable. So at 12:55, this form will stop taking response automatically. So I'll just pause the video for some time till it is 12:55, and then I'll show you what happens. Now you can see the time is already 12:54. I have changed the timing. So if a student also doing the same thing, we can see what happens. Suppose they are changing their system time, and then what happens, they can get early access or not to the form. That also will be able to see now. So if it is as per the system time, this form should stop accepting response because it's already 12:55. So let's see what happens. Just refresh the page. So this form is still taking responses. Let's see how long it takes. as you can see, still it is 12:56, but still the form is accepting response. That means it doesn't depend on your system time what you set. It works with the actual internet time. So I put it forward for 2 minutes that time. So now it's 12:57 and you can see the form stopped taking responses. So that 2 minutes doesn't affect me. If I have my exam from 9:30 or 9, if I set my computer time at 8 o'clock, I set the time as 9, so I can get early access, so that will not happen. Okay, so like this form will stop accepting response, and if we go for preview now, we can see this form is no longer accepting responses. So students after this time will not be able to submit their response. So I hope this video will help you to create the question papers easily on Google Form. So what we have seen, how we can create a question paper here, what settings we have to do before we start typing the questions from here. We have to make this as a quiz. We'll go for later after manual review this option to release the marks. We can select what respondents can see, what students can see, and since we are doing this later after manual review, we have to take their email ID where we can release their marks. This form will be limit to one response, so one student cannot attempt for multiple times. Students will not be able to edit after submit. If you want, you can check this. If you don't want, leave it blank, doesn't matter. In presentation, we'll go for this option only. So progress bar, so they can see how many pages and they are in which pages, or maybe how many questions are still left, so they can see it on screen, on the same screen where they are. Shuffle question order, if you want to shuffle you can do, and just save. So after we do these things, we'll go for this email address. Automatically it will come. It will be a mandatory field, this student name, teachers, class and all. This will be a mandatory field. Now this student name, class and all has to be mandatory, so they cannot skip these options and go to the new page, give their answer and submit. So to go to a new page, the next section where the questions are, they have to fill up this page, and next we can select different type of questions over here. We can insert different images over here. We can give different options for them to answer, and as I said, we'll go for only one file upload option at last, so we can get it in one folder only in Google Drive. Now I'll show you the Google Drive how it comes. See, this is the one what I made just now, and this is the folder for it. This is again we have another form what I have made, so I just I'll show you this also once. We did it like this, name, class, section, everything is mandatory. So see this like this, we can do this once. So if they are writing, please upload file on page 7, that is the last page. So mathematics questions are there like this. Bengali also we can type like this from phone, it's very easy. For Hindi we can type Hindi also, and there will be a section, this last section will be for the file uploading. So we can give an instruction like this, file upload for the answers. So, and there they can get all the files uploaded. Okay, so the main question paper will be like this, and the preview also I showed you. The preview will be like this. Since this is a mandatory field I made for all these things, so we have to fill up this And for this question, I think, yeah, this is not taking responses, so this form has stopped taking responses, so we'll not be able to do this once the time is up. But this one also will show the same thing, because we set the timing for this also. This form is no longer taking responses. Or let me check once if I am, no, this is not taking responses, so we'll get this like this. So that's all from my side. If you still have any query, you can obviously ask more questions. Thank you, teachers.